All right, we'll get started in just a moment. Let everything get connected here. So we'll get started in about two, I don't know, a few minutes, up to 5 minutes. We'll give everyone a chance to join. Hello, Olga. Great to see you. Well, I will do my best. All right, we'll see who can come forward this evening. Okay. So basically, the way it works is we'll see what spirit's energy can match their energy to my set point, and we'll bring forward communication and messages that way. Um, Sometimes I'm not a perfect match energy wise for those in spirit, and others yes. So really depends by the day, hour even. So we'll see what happens. Shirley, hello. Nikki, hello, and good evening to you. Jessica, hello. Flavia, great to see you. Anastasia, hope you're well. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. So we'll get started. We'll get started shortly, okay? Yeah, the cookies are out. I miss those chocolate chip cookies. Always makes me smile when I see those cookies. Rebecca from Australia, hello and welcome. Well, I guess it's Friday morning for you. It's Thursday evening here. Let's see. What time is it by you? It should be around 11 a.m., I think, if you're on the East Coast, right? Hello, Patty. Great to see you. All right, so I'll go over what we're going to be doing this evening. Mary, great to see you. So I'm going to do a little short reading from the Spiritualist Hymn Book, and then we'll go over to our demonstration of mediumship, okay? Um, so basically, I'm going to be blending my energy with spirit, um, and then describing them the best that I can and bringing forth their messages. Oftentimes, they will like to share memories that are, validations to you, or they may present to me an item, like show it to me. It could be something that you would have or you would recognize. Um, so it's up to me to interpret the best I can what they're showing me. Um, so if you recognize, 80 to 90% of the information, definitely let me know in the chat, because that's probably for you. But more than anything else, it's about the presence of spirit. Okay, so you would actually feel their energy if I was a match for you. You'd start to get excited. You would start to feel like this activation in your heart chakra that, like, oh my God, yes, this is who I know. Okay, this is this person. Um, so it's not only just about the mediumship, but it's about that spiritual connection, that feeling, that energetic feeling that we will share together with each other. Okay. Um, So that being said, once the information is being presented, um, make sure that you keep your information to yes, no, or I don't know. Um, Oftentimes, if you don't know information, people send me messages like a day or two later, and I'll validate it. So it's not to worry at all if you don't remember. Um, Oftentimes, it comes to you later. So, just be honest in the chat. Yes, no, I don't know. It's not a problem at all. Okay. Um, so I do realize, we are live. Um, I do appreciate if you indicate in the chat um, if the spirit coming forward is for you. Um, and I do appreciate if you validate the information live. Um, I understand some people are not comfortable with that. And some people later on will send me private messages about, claiming the spirit that came forward. And that's okay. And I can respect that. But if you can, do it in the chat, all the better. Okay. Um, it's my job to serve spirit. So I will deliver their message to you anyway. All right. No worries at all about that. Okay. All right. So a few more shout outs and we'll get started. Jenny, hello. Great to see you. Luna, great to see you. Helen, great to see you. And thank you for the cookies. Love those cookies, everyone. Love the cookies. All right. So we'll get started with our evening. And, if you're hoping to hear from someone, um, I want you to keep them in mind, okay? I want you to, have the intention that you're inviting them, okay? All right, so I'm going to read verse 404 from the Spiritualist Hymn Book. Be happy, for bright is the earth with sunshine and music and love. Each day it grows richer in wisdom and worth, and more like sweet heaven above. Then let us be happy, sunny and bright in the face. Oh, let us be happy. The earth is a beautiful place. Be happy, for fountains most sweet are gushing along the bright years, and pathways all pleasant are waiting at our feet, with joys more abundant than tears. Be happy. Who loves the black clouds, which lower their bodings so deep? 'Tis better to walk in bright raiment than shrouds. 'Tis better to smile than to weep. Be happy, everyone. We're doing well. Deanne, hello. Great to see you. Blair, yes, happy Friday Eve. So, as you go forward, with your day, your evening, whatever that is to you, push forward that beautiful energy. Find something every day that you are grateful and happy for. All right. So, one of the reasons I did read that to everyone is to kind of remind us that, we are here, we're experiencing this awesome reality together. It's a joy, it's a celebration. So be happy that we're here together. Be happy that we're sharing this experience. Hello, Kathy. All right. So allow me a few seconds. I shall blend with spirit and we shall move forward. Okay. So I am feeling them coming forward. Just allow me a few more moments. All right. So as I'm drawing my awareness to the spirit world and blending with spirit, I immediately am greeted by this cheerful older woman. Okay, she presents to me as wearing brighter colored bathrobes. Um, and I do specifically see a yellow. It's like a yellow fuzzy bathrobe that she's presenting herself to me as. Okay, so this would be something specific to you, something that you would remember her wearing. Okay, um, so she's also showing me that she had problems with her posture. She had problems standing straight, and in her later years, when you would actually remember her wearing this sort of robe, this sort of like this yellow, like it seemed to be bright colors. It seems to be that she may have had more than one. Seeing like yellow and pink. Okay, so keep that in mind. um, she definitely had mobility issues. She definitely had issues in her back. Okay, because not only am I starting to feel the back pain, I start to feel it in my mid back, but to alleviate the pain, she would often walk a bit hunched over. Okay, so that's something that you would remember about her. Um, and so as I'm looking down and looking at her, uh, she does present to me as wearing small circular glasses. Okay, um, and she does have this rather curious smile, like she would smile at you like it's like the first time she met you, or it was like a greeting. Like even if you were to see her almost every day, like you would specifically remember this smile. It would really draw you into her energy. Okay. Um, so going a little bit further with her, um, I do see her sitting in her favorite chair, kind of like watching her shows, kind of thing, right? Um, it very much reminds me of the kind of energy like my grandmother had, for example. So I'm going to, take that hint from spirit and say that, this would be your grandmother. Um, if anyone can resonate with any part of the information so far, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I shall continue because she did come here for a purpose. Um, um, so she's also showing me that you would remember preparing her meals or bringing her food. Um, and oftentimes this would be like the continuation. Like she would, obviously being like some discomfort, she would just continue watching her television or her shows while she'd be eating. Okay. And as I'm asking her, what ultimately happened, you know, she's giving me a little bit of pressure in my chest. It's the feeling that I'd often get when people would pass from like a congestive heart failure or some type of condition of the heart. Okay, and obviously, this is not the only thing that she had, but I do see her also falling down, quite a bit as well. Okay, um, so she definitely had a challenging time towards the end. Okay. So as I'm asking her to show me a bit more information about her, um, she lets me know that she had two children and the husband passed before her. Okay, um, and I'm getting a military or a naval type of reference with her husband. Okay, so if you can resonate with her, let me know. Um, Otherwise, I'll ask her what the message is. Okay. So ultimately, and now I'm hearing her clairaudiently. I'm hearing her say, you know, that she's thankful, that she's grateful for, what you've done, to kind of take care of her in the later years. Okay. Um, she didn't want to be a burden, and this is something that she's being very adamant about, and that she's very apologetic that she was. Okay. And she knows she's just coming forward that, she wished that you know you didn't have to be kind of like set back to take care of her. That sort of apology is what she's showing me. um but she's ultimately really, really grateful, and does want me to let you know that, as she says, like, you were taking care of me, I'm taking care of you now. Okay. That she is helping to guide you. She's helping to guide you. She's helping to kind of put those intentions, those feelings into your intuition. Okay. That, okay, that certain things may still remind you of her as well. Okay. So whenever you see those synchronicities that remind you of her, this is her trying to help you. This is her trying to move you into the right direction. Okay. And she's quite like, she gives me quite some snark remark as well. She's like, I'm trying my best, but she's not listening. So when you feel her energy, my advice to you is to kind of, take a deep breath and ask it of spirit, what is it I need to know? Okay. What is it you're trying to show me? Okay. And then really pay attention to what is being impressed upon you at that moment. Okay. Because it'll be a communication from her. All right. All right. So I'm going to leave her with much love. Okay. And just so you know, I'm not checking my private chat right now. I'm just checking the event chat. So if you did send me a private chat, I will check that afterwards. Okay. All right. So we shall continue. All right. So allow me a moment to clear my energy and we'll move on to our next guest. Okay. So I'm with a gentleman that enjoys being in the outdoors. Okay. Um, he kind of presents to me as being like really outdoorsy. I'm seeing him chopping wood. I'm seeing him wearing flannel. Um, he's got kind of a scruffy look to him. Um, as I'm looking at him, um, and it also looks like more often than not you'd recognize him with a mustache. Okay. His hair to me appears to be brown, but also, kind of messy, probably messy from, being outdoors and working. Um, so, and, as I'm asking him what he's doing, he's like, well, someone's got to chop the wood. Someone's got to prepare for winter. Someone has got to take care of the land. Okay. So he is definitely a spirit that you would recognize as being really, really outdoorsy and being really responsible, really wanting to get everything ready, being very prepared. And as I say these words, he comes forward to me as a spirit that, is like, he likes to plan everything out, like specifically, it's like, okay, this is the day that I'm going to do this. This is the day that I'm going to take care of this. Um, I'm going to go out and mow or cut the grass in these days. So he's very organized and very like methodical um, as he was approaching, like his work or the care of the property. Okay. Um, so, as I go a little bit further with him and ask him, what is it that he's okay. So you would remember also that, I think this is interesting, but I'm going to say it, that it appears that the roof to his house was tin, or there was a type of metal roofing. Okay. So I'm seeing, this type of, environment. I'm also seeing like a fence around the property as well. Okay. So, these are things that you would recognize from him. Um, he also lets me know that, once he was passed, someone made a mess of his tools. Okay. And that he did keep them quite organized, but just wants you to know that they were moved around afterwards. Um, if you recognize any of the information presented from this gentleman, let me know. So, Ruth, are you claiming this gentleman? Let me know. So, Ruth, you think this is your dad? Okay. All right, let me go a little bit further with you, Ruth, and we'll see if it's for you or if it's for someone else. Okay. All right. Okay. So, as I'm asking him for a bit more information, you would have a specific memory of, I'd like to say, playing hide and seek, and playing hide and seek, but like in an outdoor setting. And, as I'm seeing him, like he's like behind, to me, it looks like a pine tree. All right. So he's like behind this tree and he like pops out like this to me. Okay. So if this is for you, Ruth, you would have these specific memories of, kind of like outdoor games with him. Okay. Do you, okay. So it sounds like him. Okay. Thank you, Ruth. Um, Let me go a little bit further with him, try to get as much information as I can from him for you. Okay. So, as I ask him, like, what is, why are you here? And yes, he is definitely here for you, Ruth. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. That he is absolutely like he's here. He's like, I'm here for my girl, is the kind of information that I'm hearing from him. Okay. Um, so let me go a bit and see if there's a message for you. If you'd like to share a message with you. Um, so one thing that he tells me is he's sorry he wasn't very good at your homework. Okay. So whatever that means to you. All right. So that there's and as I say that, there's a chuckle from him, kind of like this like laugh. He's like, yeah, I wasn't good at this kind of thing. Um, so he may have inadvertently given you some kind of like bad grade in school, and like you had this feeling that you knew he was wrong, but you kind of like, okay, I'm gonna submit it. That's him. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Ruth. Um, and and now that we can really feel that connection, we can feel that spiritual presence, and Ruth, you can feel from your heart, and your soul that this is your father now, that we are absolutely connected with him. Um, so let me see if I can, if you'd like to give you a message, something to move forward with on. Um, So the first thing that I hear from him, Ruth, the very first thing I hear is keep on trying. Okay. So there's something in your life right now that you're trying to do that you're finding that is incredibly difficult, right? And he's ultimately coming forward with this message right now, like don't give up, like keep going, keep trying. I didn't teach you to be a loser, that kind of thing. Okay. It presents to me as like still being like very loving, but also like hard headed too, right? Okay. Um, he says, "You got this. I'm with you." Okay. This time we're gonna get the homework right. Okay. All right. Thank you, thank you, Ruth. Thank you for the validation, and thank you for sharing your father with us. Um, so I send my love to you, Ruth, and I send also my love to your father, and I thank him for coming this evening and sharing his love and his messages with you. Okay. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth's dad. That was the beautiful connection, and like once it starts to roll, it really the connection starts to build upon itself. Once it's validated. So that's the kind of like energy that we're looking for is those validations to help build up the energy to strengthen those connections. So and now that I'm kind of like out of the power for a moment, I also want you to know, Ruth, that I couldn't speak fast enough, right? But some of the information that did come forward was that he's always there, kind of like wanting the best for you too. Okay. um, and he's really like he doesn't give up. He really doesn't give up. Okay, so like once he gets something like in his head, like he really wants to see it through. Okay, and he finds a way to do that. All right, Ruth, and that's kind of like I would say like the information is presenting itself to me that way, or it did present to me that way, to kind of like motivate you in what you're doing, to kind of remind you to for him, he's showing like he's leading by example, so to speak. Okay. No, Ruth, it's spirit that's amazing. Okay. I'm just their voice on earth. That's all I am. Hey Mimi, great to see you. Thank you for the cookies. So thank you, Ruth. And just remember your father's always there for you, okay? Uh, all right. So allow me a moment to clear my energy, and it really makes me thirsty to do this. So this is why I have this like giant cup of water. All right, so let me get back into the power, and we'll see who can blend with me. Okay, not every spirit that you want to come forward can blend in my energetic state at this moment. Okay. Um, oh my God, Ruth, thank you so much for that beautiful message. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And thank you, Spirit. And much love to you, Ruth. Much love. Always much love. You are loved by all of us. Always remember that. Okay. All right. So allow me a moment to quiet my mind, and I will do my best to draw forward another spirit, another beautiful person waiting. Okay. So, as I'm bringing my attention to spirit and blending with spirit, um, I'm I'm immediately shown this beautiful woman. Um, she's thin. She's got long, straight hair. Okay, I'd like to see, like her hair would come down, to her breast line or a little bit below it presents to me as being in a silver type color. um, and she's thin. She presents to me as being thin, okay, but like not unhealthy in any way. um, she looks elegant to me, okay. She looks graceful. uh, and she's very subtle, like she's very like soft spoken. um, she communicated more like through her looks, or like you knew that she was really happy, like when she gave you like just like a little smile, like from the corner of her cheek, like that, like a real subtle smile, right? um but it meant a lot. It's like she would be in a quite happy, energetic state if she was actually kind of like expressing that. I see her. She is older. Let's see, let me ask if she'll give me an age or age range. I would say that she's in her early 70s. Okay. So when she passed, she'd be in her early 70s, is what I'm seeing. Okay. Also, a woman that, liked to wear, and like gardening hats or outdoor type of like sun hats. In particular, like what I'm seeing is like I caught her glance looking up at the sun, and it had like this straw type hat that she had on in this hexagonal pattern. Okay, so that kind of reminds me of like a woven type of straw hat. Um, all right, so that would be something that you would remember her wearing. Okay, and you would remember um, also like her affinity to, I would say, gardening, because like I keep bringing my attention to like putting clothes on or gloves on to like go outside to garden. Okay. Um, so we have a woman in her early 70s, loves to garden, straight hair down to her breast line or a little bit below it. Um, kind of like very subtle, very gentle in her personality, but like at the same time, like a really beautiful presence. Okay. Um, affinity for like hats, especially outside. Um, and she like expresses her emotions very subtly. You're asking if she's recently passed. Okay, so she's very petite. She's thin. Okay, she presents to me as being thin, but also elegant. Um, and for what it's worth, the month of October seems to be significant. Okay, so October seems to be significant. Um, I'm going to go a little bit further with her. Um, so this, okay, so Annette Rose, this, you can take most of the information. So it reminds you of someone that passed 2 weeks ago. So does all the information match, or about at least 90% of it, Annette? Yes. Okay. All right. So I'll continue with her a little bit. Okay. Um, and you let me know if the information continues to resonate with you, or if it continues, if it resonates with someone else, also let me know. um, okay. So, as I'm watching her, like, it seems to be like this little basket that like she'd take outside to do her gardening with. She seemed to be very organized. Um, everything everything had a place. is what she's telling me. Okay, everything, like she liked everything in like kind of an order. She lets me know that she took care of herself, that she also took care of the house, the things around her, um, and it was like her joy to do so. Okay. Um, so let me go a little bit further and get some more detail for you as well. Okay. So I am having a little trouble reconnecting. So allow me just a moment. And as I do so, as I'm starting to reconnect with her and blend with her, like she's taking me like on a walk, okay, like on like an evening walk, like down the road kind of thing. Um, she says that it's like good to it's good to get out, it's good to walk, it's good to have these rituals, to do this sort of thing. Um, I'll be honest, she's kind of fading on me. Um, Let me see if I'm able to give a message before I lose the connection completely with her. There seems to be some sort of joke with leftovers or something like this, but I'll be honest and truthful that like the connection is she's not able to hold the connection with me. So I feel that she's kind of like fading in the back. Um, but from what I've seen from her, like from what I remember from what she's telling me, um, okay, I don't see her anymore, but I heard her. Like, just let just let her know that I'm happy is what I'm hearing. Letting her know that I'm happy, I'm at peace. Okay. That okay, well, sadness. You're sad. Okay. So um sorry about the connection being broken, but I it does seem that you resonated with most of the information in that. So I'm gonna thank you for sharing your friend with us. She's a beautiful person, beautiful woman, very kind, very gentle, and doesn't speak much to me. Okay. um, so I'm gonna send you my love in it. I'm gonna send her my love as well. So it does take a bit of energy for me and a bit of energy from spirit to maintain the link. And if one of those are out of balance, then the reading kind of ends. um, so yeah, thank you for sharing. Nana, oh my goodness, it's good to see you. You finally have been able to join us. So thank you for coming on, Nana. All right. I missed you too. I missed seeing your icon. All right. So let's see if we can pull in, at least one more spirit for the evening to try to clear my energy. Usually towards the end, my energy starts to get low. So I'm going to try to raise that and do the best I can. Rebecca asks, how does this work? Okay, so I'll do a quick summary if some people just joined. Um, so basically, I put myself in an energetic state for spirit to match their energy with. Okay, I can't match with all spirits' energy, but when it's an energetic match, when they are able to lower their energy enough to match my current energetic set point, I'm able to see them. I'm able to hear them and relay those messages. Um, and they'll often come to me presenting themselves with, memories, or, what they look like the last time you remembered them, this sort of thing. Occasionally, they will present themselves as what they want to be remembered as. Okay. So I've had it occasionally happen where, their memories may come forward like at their height, so to speak. Okay. Or what they want to be presented as. Or, like you'd have a picture on their mantle, and, like they would start telling the story from that picture. So that's a possibility as well. But how it works is, if the information matches, you let me know in the chat, yes, no, maybe, or I don't know. And you should take 80 to 90% of the information. But more specifically, you would feel it. Okay. You would feel the presence of spirit. Okay. So you would feel the energy that, that spirit was there for you. Okay. And you would kind of feel that excitedness. And I would say that's ultimately the real validation. Okay. All right. So I think I probably only have about enough energy to go for one more. So I'm going to do the best I can on this connection. Okay. Thank you, Luna. Thank you. Thank you for those zaps. Raise that energy up. And don't worry if we didn't hear from a spirit you wanted to. I promise everyone that I'm going to do the best I can to have more of these events. Okay. So if your friend, your father, your mom didn't come through, uh, they will in the future. Okay. So make sure that you keep joining. And, I'm going to do my best to actually host one or two of these a week. Okay. So that we can, get as many connections to as many people as possible. Okay. All right, so allow me a minute to kind of reconnect and clear my energy. Okay, so immediately my intention is drawn to a gentleman spirit. Uh, okay, so okay, so I'm asking him to kind of slow his energy down so that we could match. So, okay, so from what I'm seeing, and he's moving quite quickly for me right now, I'm going to do my best to describe him and ask him to slow down at the same time. Uh, you would recognize this gentleman. He would be wearing, let's say, like in the house, you'd remember that he'd be wearing like tank tops. Um, it's kind of like the tank top that you would wear to bed, right? So like this like white kind of like tank top, like pajama type thing, right? So like it's an undergarment. You'd remember that, kind of like he would come home, he would take his shirt off, he'd be wearing this. Uh, to me, it appears like this is like the kind of shirt that you'd remember waking up and seeing him wear as well. He presents to me medium build. I do see a small stomach. I don't see him unfit or anything. Um, he presents to me. I'd say that okay, so I shall describe what they're showing to me. It shows me like this kind of like tuft of hair coming up above his shirt. This would be significant to you. You would remember this. Um, he does present to me as being kind of like on the scruffy side, that, when he did shave, like you wanted him to grow his hair back, this sort of thing. Like, and the word comes out dad. Okay, so I have someone's father here. So it's like, okay, dad, like, don't close shave. Okay. Or you may also remember, well, I would say that you do remember also, like kind of like asking him, like, don't embarrass me in front of my friends, like maybe put a shirt on when they're visiting, this sort of thing. um, you would remember him, you know okay, so like, all right, so I'm going to describe him a little further. More round sort of face. um, he does present to me like with quite like a chuckle, quite like a deep laugh, kind of like like a big personality. Um, Earlier in his life, you would remember him as having, you know, I would say like brown to dark brown type hair. Okay, um, so as I'm going through the description, let me go through the description a bit more. It looks like we got some people asking questions. Um, I want to make sure that I get enough information out that we narrow it down correctly. Okay, but all right. So, and the scene that I'm seeing in front of me, um, it very much okay. So he's very much telling me like like it's like 1970s, late 70s. Okay, um, and the I and he's presented to me like okay, like kind of like troubles with his health may have started after that. Like after that. Um, 80s comes to mind. Okay, I keep being shown 80s. Um, I'm not sure if this is a reference to the 1980s or a reference to his age, okay, at his passing. He's not specifically, but I keep seeing 80s, okay? All right. And also I'm hearing a connection to 1980 as well, okay? So he may be correcting me on that information. Let me know in the chat if any of that resonates with you. I'm going to keep going with him in the meantime. Okay. Yeah. So also like again, like, I like to say that, okay. So like you would remember him like really, really kind of like saying like, you're my girl. Okay. That infinitely proud of you. Very much it's almost like and I think this is a current state. Okay, so I'm going to clarify that right now, but very much he's very impressed with the milestones and what you've accomplished in your life. Okay. Um, okay. And he's also saying to me that, like this was a path that he didn't believe you should go down. Okay. And he's really impressed that it worked out for you. Okay. So you would also remember and understand that, like kind of like, oh, I don't know if you should be doing that kind of thing, right? But you went with it anyway, is what he's saying. And he's really glad that you did, okay, because it's working out for you. And he's impressed by it. All right. Uh, all right. So I'm trying to get a bit more. I need to raise my energy just a little bit to kind of like pull a little more information. So Luna, Luna, you think some of the information resonates to be your father? Because I feel that, the information that I'm getting from him specifically, hey Sarita, it and hey Molly, is that, like disagreements with the path that you were going down, that he kind of like wanted more or he wanted something better or more stable for you is what I'm saying. Um, I think it's interesting. Okay, the cars, yeah. Before when he was moving really, really fast, I did see him working with a car or like having some sort of affinity to a car. Um, or Let me see if he can tell me a little bit more information about that. I mean, from what I'm seeing and from what he's showing me is, gosh, I'm trying to describe it, trying to see it clearly. It's either orange or it's red. Um, it seems to be sporty to me. Okay, uh, and it seems to be kind of like his precious little toy kind of thing. Okay. So you do see him as okay. So I did see that. I did feel that kind of like that kind of like disconnect. Okay, I did feel that. Um, so I'm going to go with the information that ultimately that despite you know what disagreements there were between the two of you, ultimately he's okay. The word amazed comes to me. Okay, burnt orange. Okay, so beautiful. So thank you, Luna's father, for confirming the color. So burnt orange. Uh, Good validation. Thank you for sharing, Luna. Um, but ultimately, I feel that he's here for you at this moment. You know, to kind of say, "Well done." You know, like okay, so he's like saying, "Thank you for showing me up," but he does it kind of like in a joking, like wholehearted kind of way. Okay, that he's impressed. He's ultimately impressed. He's ultimate, and he says, "Okay." He says, "Not impressed." He says, "Awe, in awe. I'm in awe of you, Luna." Okay, so this information that he's showing me is okay. So yeah, ultimately, the disagreement happened, right? But under his breath, he says, "I knew you were right, but I didn't want to ultimately admit it." So something inside of him also knew that you were correct, but he discouraged it, right? He fought it. He wanted a different path, um, and he's acknowledging that right now. Okay, he's acknowledging that ultimately you were right, and he's really impressed. Okay, so I'm going to go a little further with you now. Now I'm going to go into the message, Luna. Okay, so we all know that and that he's in awe and he's impressed of what you've done and where you are right now. He's okay. He says you're just getting started. He's like, you have no idea what's coming. He's like, you are just getting started. Okay. Um, and he's going to be there for you. He's going to be there helping you. Okay. He's going to be pushing you in the right direction. All right. So not only is he, watching, but, he's letting me know that what is coming forward to you, what is coming forward in your energy right now is a new beginning, okay, a new start, okay. All right, and he's also telling me to let go. Okay, so whatever that is to you, Luna, to let go of what of what that last life was to you. Okay, so he wants you to kind of like disconnect it to kind of move forward, is what I'm hearing as well. Okay, so the information is to kind of like wipe your hands of the past and like open your arms and welcome the future. Okay, because it's going to be bright, it's going to be good, it's going to be what was meant for you. Okay, you're in exactly the spot that you should be in. Oh my goodness, Luna. Wow, I would call that a new beginning. You're going to be the first day at the Mystic Cafe tomorrow. Beautiful. So I would say he's coming forward to offer you that encouragement. Okay. So that is awesome. And to give everyone a little bit of context, I recently met Luna, I guess it was around a month ago or so, right? Um, and you know, and this was at the psychic fair. And I don't think I told everyone that, I did I was going to be in performing at the psychic fair, um, and I saw her in the doorway. And as I saw in her doorway, I was like, "So you're working tonight?" Little did I know that she was actually there to just be a guest at the psychic fair, and she ultimately did um, a spirit guide reading with me. We connected to our guides. Um, so I think it's very impactful and quite on point that her father is offering this encouragement, this love, and kind of helping to put her into you know the position right now. And the Mystic Cafe is here in Puerto Vallarta. So if anyone is in Puerto Vallarta in the chat, definitely go see the Mystic Cafe and introduce yourself to Luna. She is a beautiful star. So Luna, I'm going to offer my love to you, and I'm going to offer my love and my thanks and my gratitude for your father coming forward. Okay. Um, he's a beautiful energy, and he's ultimately very, very excited about your new beginning. Okay. Um, so much love to you, and the best of luck at the Mystic Cafe. I know you're going to be awesome, and I'm going to stop by and check it out. I'm leaving for New York for 10 days, but when I come back, I'm going to stop in and say hi. Okay. So much love to you, Luna, and much love to your father. And give you both my thanks and my love. Okay. All right. So everyone, so we've done an hour, and I think that's it. Yeah. I think my energy's gone for the evening. Um, I kind of feel like my head's in a whirlpool. So I'm going to leave everyone with that. If you didn't hear from someone that you were hoping to hear from, do not worry. I'm going to make it my best effort to hold more of the Whispers of Spirit event. Okay. So, those of you that are new, I do meditations, I do card readings, and I do the Whisper from Spirit event. Okay. It's been really busy with mom here, but I'm taking her back to New York on Saturday. Okay. So, my schedule will be a little more free after that. So, I'll try to keep that as free as possible as well. Um, Rebecca, yes, I like to always do the events at around this same time, okay, because it's like after my work, okay. All right, I love you all. I'll see you all really soon. The next event will be on Sunday, okay. It's going to be a meditation from our home in New York, okay. So if you have any suggestions for the meditation, uh, I do all sorts of meditations. Guide you, spirit guide meditations, clearing meditation, chakra meditation, setting intentions. You let me know, in the chat, whatever meditation that you'd like, or Akashic record meditations. I'll do it all, and those of you that have been with me for years know that, we've gone on some amazing adventures in our meditations. So if you have anything that you'd like to see for Sunday's meditations, let me know in the chat, and I'll get prepared for that. Okay. So love you all, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for coming by, everyone. Take care.